Soup's on.
Hello. Seems like things are working so far, which gives me hope and dread in equal measure. 84 years, you say? I did not hear that alert. Okay, we've had one thing go wrong already. Maybe the music was just up too high. Tell you what, I'll switch over to the talking screen. Hello! Okay, I'm a little brighter than I usually am. I'll be honest, I did not spend too much time making the webcam look nice and pretty. You heard it? Excellent. Okay, just the music was a bit too loud then. Hello everybody. Coming to you live from Bazite Linux. And, well, that's just going to be the whole fucking stream, isn't it? Mic a little too high. Turn that down a bit. How does that sound? I'm painfully aware if I crank this mic too high, it does get into garbled, unlistenable territory. So, good to know. The power of the sun in my face. What time do you think it is, Nick? Also, how much sun do you think Scotland gets? Now, just my usual two lights. hardware-wise, there has only been one change. My beloved... Hang on a second, I think it's still down here. No, it's not. I'm not going to run and fetch it. First casualty, hardware-wise, of Linux was my beloved StarTech capture device, which did not support UVC, I think it's called. I don't know what it stands for. But it's a universal thing, so the U is probably universal. There's one clue. And had a frame drop there, don't know why. This may just happen. Yes, it didn't have a Linux driver of its own, it didn't support UVC, so sadly I had to give that up, which was a real shame. It was very good at capturing odd resolutions, and it was very reliable compared to the old Elgato that I had. Judging by my camera, I've got all the sun. I'm pressing X to doubt on that one. Sounds pretty clear to you, possibly a touch of peeping on the mic, but you're a little congested, so your hearing might be off. I think it is reasonable. Let's turn the main mic down a little bit, just in case. Because it is veering dangerously towards the red. But if I were to raise my voice and shout a little bit, maybe... Nope, still in the yellow, so that's good. That is good to me. It sounds fine, still sounds different compared to previous in your ears, but doesn't sound bad at all, sounds good. Excellent. It is showing up in Discord as name of microphone mono. Haven't figured that one out yet. So yeah, the only hardware I've had to replace so far is the capture device. And for some reason I didn't learn my lesson and I got another Elgato, but that one does seem to be working okay. Now, I'll just dig it out for a second. Ugh. So many drawers. So, I was using this a while back, and basically it became unstable, and replaced it with the StarTech solution, which worked perfectly. Now, I did try this in my experiments of capture devices and getting something that I could work with. And switching the USB cable did make it pretty stable, but this is quite old anyway, so, you know, Christmas, treat yourself. I got myself the... Do I have the box for it? Yes, I do. I got this one instead, because I couldn't remember the make and model and I wasn't unplugging it to show it off on camera. HD60X, which is only one thing different. Supposedly does 4K 60 pass-through, so I could, in theory, stream from an entirely different device if I wanted to, like another PC. Or a PS4 Pro, I suppose, that would probably do 4K. But it does do 1080p 60 HDR, which is entirely pointless, I can't broadcast that. Ugh. And so, yeah, this has been the past 6 days for me. Well, not a lot of it happened on Christmas Day, but... So, last 5.25 days, we'll say, has been me making my stream setup work. They have a new one of those, makes sense. Been a couple of years. But most of the Elgato captures have done you well. I was kind of sour on the brand. After that device being unstable, this new one seems to be pretty rock solid, and as I say, the old one was solid for all the testing I did when I put a new USB cable in. But I also saw how much they were charging for stream lights. I mean, the ones I've got can run off battery if they want to. They're plenty bright, and they were 50 quid a pop, which is fine if you can afford that and want to spend that money. But it was a damn sight less than what Elgato would have charged you. Tell you that for nothing. Our mics are Elgato, they're real nice. Okay, that's a fair point. I'd forgotten that the mic was Elgato brand, and that has done me fine. There we go. Anyway, before I go into the full-on Linux rant, because that can last the entire stream, believe me, I should go through what we're going to do. We are going to play a selection of games my brother got me for my Christmas. I am in fact tempted to show off something else and talk about the people who work for Elgato. You know them, naughty. Well, yes, the microphone I did get and was happy spending that money on. I say spending that money on, that was a throne gift, so thank you for all of that. I'm sure I've said it before, but nevertheless. You know them not. You know them naughty. Yeah, that's the people on the next card. Right. So, to start off on a good note, I will show off what I got from my lovely sister-in-law, who is now known these days as the Alba Armory. I believe there's been a rebrand going on. Give me 1 second. Okay, so I was presented with this box. This ribbon was in a lovely bow and is no longer. But you then open up to get something that looks like this. And the bit of blue tack in the center there, that's because there was a USB stick containing all of these in Twitch-friendly emote-sized images. Oh, actually, yeah, I've not done my welcome in for people. So, hello, Nick and Keith, fighting over who got in there first. Hi, Rizalka. ADD, hope you're back soon. And that whatever you're going off to do is great. And hiya, Papaya. Yes, you liked the mic yourself, and then just kept prodding me because I was having mic problems at the time. It was doing that. My speakers are acting up, so I know I'm about to get a phone call kind of noise. Never figured out what was going on there. Anyway, so thing number one out of this glorious box is the following: 3D printed Dragon, and I am absolutely gonna mess with the exposure live on camera because I want this to be properly represented. Is that the one I want to press? Yeah, absolutely gonna lose frames doing this. Try that number, maybe? This does not appear to be doing anything. Switch over to camera controls. No, don't try and adjust the capture device. That's not going to help anybody. I'm not sure which one to look at, to be honest. There's so many controls here. Yeah, this appears to be doing absolutely fuck all. This is not helping. Okay, we shall have to deal with this as is. But very shiny 3D printed dragon that holds a die. So, yes. And in case it wasn't obvious, yeah, there's new emotes. It's a very shiny... The camera is kind of doing it justice this time. I put some videos up of me demonstrating this. And, yeah, it is... You know, it's not, you know, the light of a Lendril or anything, but it is very shiny. The die embedded, or can it be swapped out? It's just blue tack. So, funnily enough, I have a custom set of resin dice here, but the T20 that's in there is bought separately because the new shiny resin ones did not fit in. Place to store my terrible dice rolls. Well, on that note, there is also this. Ikifu's XL Murky Potion of Terrible Luck. And indeed it does say, shake me, turn me upside down, let the dice decide. Does it roll above a 10, Fu? Not so far. The best I've gotten so far is a 7. So let's find out. I don't know if I'll be able to demonstrate this to the camera. Side effect, it is very shiny and murky and all of this stuff. But if you leave it standing up, stuff does tend to sit around the bottom. Besides, I don't have to worry about any of that, Mike. You gave me a D20 that can roll above a 10, demonstrably. Okay, so this is a 16, it would appear. So finally, the curse of luck is broken. Although I was turning over to an 8, let's put that back before it gets too bad. It is just really cool. But, yes, and the last thing in there is this little dagger in a sheath, which contains, don't spill out when I open this. Guys! Let's see if I can get the noise for this. Shiny. So all new resin dice. Let's see if we can get out the D12 this must be. It's not going to focus because I've manually set the focus and don't allow it to auto check. So yes, Dice Dagger. It is very satisfying to open. I very much appreciate that she painted the numbers to be visible. I will say again, this all comes from the Alba Armory, and that is run by my actual sister-in-law, so there's your disclosure. And yes, either myself or her wildly opened up that Dice Dagger and sent dice flying everywhere. I will not reveal who. So, that was a frankly fucking epic Christmas present right there. And yeah, she's been busy. Woman's been busy. So yeah, some very random, very shiny things, as chat is agreeing with, and I've not figured out a place for the dragon. I'm going to put you back in the box for now until I find a permanent place to put you. So yeah, pretty damn good haul there. Right after that, my brother wanders up and starts pulling things out of a bag, and this is like a full-on clown car situation, because he pulls out this obscure PlayStation 1 racing game, hands it to me, think, yep, that looks obscure and very, very cheap, thank you for my bad gift. Then he pulls out this, which is London Racer 2, since the sticker is covering the logo. I thought, okay, this is escalated a little bit. Okay, you've got them both, that's cool. Then he pulls out this, which, fun thing I found out, it says London Racer World Challenge, but if you look at the label there, it says Road Rage Free, CEX label. Turns out the CEX label is correct. So sadly I'm not going to be able to play the entire series for you. Now, did they do it free? You must have been able to find bad games. Yes, London Racer World Challenge box. You may have already started on my birthday present. Oh my god. This sounds like it's going to be a whole thing. Cat and Tings. Indeed it is, Ellie. Welcome in. Did they do a 3? No. No, they didn't. London Racer Destruction Madness is what came out of the bag next. And I've not checked if this is Destruction Madness. Yes, this seems to be the correct disc. I was like, I don't even know they made 4 in this goddamn series. And yeah, London Racer World Challenge is a sentence. One of the most sentenced of all time. Challenge the world to race in London. Well, damn it, now that just makes sense. So it's like, okay, there's 4 of the bloody things. I mean, it's not cost you very much. You clearly, maybe you had to go to a second CEX to get all this, but you know, that's a very good collection of bad game gift. And then he pulls this out. Police Madness. Police are there from the first game, so I don't know what's different from this. The police have gone absolutely mad. Okay, yeah, that does kind of speak for itself. Police madness in London. Can you believe it? In this economy. You are no suddenly remembering it is a Tuesday this whole week. You don't know what day it is. Yeah, it's the fucking Sweeney. Destruction madness. Austerity kicked in around there. Well, let me double check the year on this. 2005, so yeah. All London cops are bad? I mean, you don't need the word London in there. You know this. So, we're gonna give all of those a go. This is the entire idea behind the stream that I will get to when the ad break is actually over, which I've just spotted. But yeah, I'll get to the stream premise in a second when everyone's back. But yeah, a very successful Christmas. It is London Racer. It has to be included. Well, when you have the universal ACAB, it doesn't. All London cops are pisshead arseholes. That's how you spell alpaca. There was an attempt. Also, it's pronounced London. Okay, ad break's over. It's probably been over for a little bit because those notifications I get in the stream manager are a little late. But yes, that is the premise behind this stream. We're gonna give all of these a go. I figure half an hour each should be absolutely plenty. And I'm gonna talk about switching over to Linux, which I prepare for this. I have notes, which I can actually refer to without switching between different windows. So yeah, I'm kind of astonished this is working as well as it is. Touch wood. Sometimes 30 minutes may be too long. It may be. But it'll work out roughly even for each game. But what if one game is just absolutely astounding and I have to keep playing? Well, Ellie. 1, I'm not holding my breath for that outcome. 2, rules is rules. I gotta try all of them. I am turning my bad Christmas gift into content. No, I've already taken notes. You don't need to take notes on this. The regular January quiz on what happened in the previous year of streaming will of course apply, so that's a completely separate thing. But for this particular one, no particular needs. A tasting menu of bad racing games that nobody remembers. Exactly. A pub crawl of racing games. Oh, I like that one too. Oh, which one do I prefer? And why is my PS2 wobbling? What are you sitting on, PS2? Hopefully no one's desperate to see this PS2 because I'm not going to be able to move it. It's entrenched. Okay, if you hear a loud clattering at some point in the stream, don't worry about it. That's just my OSSC falling off the fucking desk, because turns out it doesn't weigh very much, and pretty much any cable can drag it away. Oh, but we need to draw that awesome mess we all did as kids. Well, yes, of course we do. And just keep practicing it multiple times so you get it down pat. Tasting menu makes me sound more sophisticated. Pub crawl is more apt for London. It's more apt for me as well, to be honest. If you hear a loud bang, the trip is off. It might be okay. I'm actually not sure. There is a possibility that it will survive. Those PCBs are light. This one has a case and everything. Okay. So switch over to GAM. Don't worry about this. Should be able to see something shortly. The OSSC will need a second to catch up, so... HDMI capture audio. Why were you off? Well, let's reset so we can hear the good noise. There we go. Classic OSSC menu. Exactly. It's done me well thus far. So I have no reason to continue without it. Okay, I did actually pick up the game, I think. Elgato might need a minute to think about it. Or have I actually just broken something? Okay, one more reset. See if that does anything. Nope, fuck all happening. Right. Checking connections. Oh, there, it's doing things now. Yay! I'm not sure that's meant to be in widescreen. Also, I don't know why it lost its clock. Okay, apparently I just set the screen to 16:9. For all that I think that will do. Right, so if I go to browser, what am I going to find? Elgato don't like low resolutions. Okay, apparently there's not even a disk in there, so what it swapped to a second ago, I do not know. Okay, this is fraught with technical difficulties already. Goodbye, remote. Yeah, the OSSC has a remote, if you didn't know. What if I go down to 2 times? Or what if I just switch off the OSSC and turn it back on and hope? No, this actually might be the Elgato screwing up. I don't like this. The actual device is still showing up in the, what you call it, so. Elgato don't like low resolutions. Finally, I just replaced the batteries in your OSSC remote a few weeks ago. Don't like anything under 720p or whatnot, but it did capture the boot screen, which is weird. It is a bit weird. Okay. Start from scratch. OSSC on, which it should pick up. It may have just been the HDMI cable came out a little bit. I may have panicked over nothing. Okay. I mean, the Elgato did come with an HDMI cable that I could be using, but are not. You found the oldie dazzle capture worked best for the older systems. Well, that's why the StarTech one was so great, because it was great dealing with those old resolutions. This was a little more relevant when it came to, say, capturing from an old PC, but Dav Elix. Okay, hopefully this isn't a copyright tune. Also, fun thing I found for OBS on Linux, or at the very least on Bazite, which is the distro I'm using, the preview feature, you know, you can just show what OBS is showing but full screen. Straight up broken, crashes OBS. Little bit of bobbing, but we'll make do. Yeah, there will be a way to sort that with OSSC. I've not dug into the weeds enough to tell you how. Could turn this down a little bit though. Okay. Yep. Your Dazzle's in a box somewhere. I have this old Dazzle that my brother bought in like I think the PS2 days. The most it does is S-Video. And it's weird. It's kind of shaped like a kidney. Looks pretty good for PS1. It's quite dithered on this end. Unless it's pre-rendered version of the Dreamcast version, if there was one. It might be. You will see how it looks in game. But let's get to that. I also feel like I'm stretching this because I don't think the PS2 would compensate for that. Tell you what. See if this looks any better. And not only would I have to go all the way over here, set I, and then back to hit K, and then back over to hit I. If I hold the button down, it does nothing. And I can't wrap around. So I shall be V for vroom. The Dazzle era, rather than swapping the inputs into the Dazzle, your TV had composite out, so you just captured that TV. Ah. It's an unorthodox way of doing pass-through, but if it worked... Yes, give you the bad menus, of course. So, we're look to be in a little mini. Does anyone recognise this bit of London? Because, you know, obviously I'm not there a lot. I couldn't really tell you. It's a bit hard to nail down. We're around the M25, only got half an hour, right? Yeah. Which I didn't set a timer or anything, so I'm just going to have to eyeball it. And I did spend a lot of time nattering, so that's not going to help either. But that's what it'd be like. So, as a brief summary of how the Linux switchover went, stuff like web browsing, which is one of the main things I use this for, absolutely fine. Basically no changes. Games also pretty good. Proton does a lot of the heavy lifting for you, so even if you don't have a particular game on Steam, I believe you can get Proton to run it for you, and yeah, it does pretty well. Slight side effect on the gaming side is I'm using Bazite, which is based on Fedora, and they dropped X11 support, meaning that not only is it harder to capture Windows when you're using Wayland, which I'll get into in the OBS part, but yeah, also none of the games want to keep the mouse cursor to just one window. Was it intuitive that we had to go on the left there? Because I've been caught out by that at least once. So you'll just be like, you know, swanning about in a game, like first person, third person, doesn't matter, and you just suddenly you lose all control of your character because the mouse has gone off onto the other monitor. There we go, first position. Which is unsurprising because I've played this particular track a bunch of times in testing. Don't know if the M25 goes through that kind of town. Could not tell you myself. Actual motorway signs. So maybe we could track it down, but I'm not going to do it right now. One capture card you hate was the AverMedia Live. Worked great for a week and then it stopped working unless you put it in the freezer first. Which is weird, like what support told you to do that? That would be enough to put me off the brand entirely for life. Motorway definitely doesn't have that kind of pavement. Anyway, as I was saying before, I'm going to go to the talking screen very, very briefly. Which, maybe I should have the audio capture still audible on here. That makes sense. I'll work it out later. So I would normally have a monitor set up like this. One is the main screen, it's landscape, it's facing me. Two is vertical off to the side. And you can just move the mouse between them. This is what I've had to go with so that games don't magically move the cursor onto the other screen and lose all control. It is a fundamentally stupid solution, but it does work. Forgive me, I've eaten the graphics card that you were saving in the icebox. tiny too. Well, yeah, I didn't move down quite far enough for the second drawing, so that monitor did look tiny. But it's a full-size one that I just have in vertical. You stream for New Year's. Remind you that Road Rash is in the Exo Win 9X collection. It does have kind of Road Rash energy to it, doesn't it? No fines somehow. No bonus either though. Thankfully it doesn't do the one must fall story mode thing where you have to pay for your own repairs. Because it could get so bad that you would have to actually sell parts of your mech to pay for the costs. Oh shit, I do have to pay for the repairs. Well, what if I just didn't? What if? Had to fucking say it, didn't I? Oh, right. Okay, what do I want? Top speed and acceleration, I like those. Yeah, that'll be in jaune. Means I can't get whatever the fuck that is, because it won't actually tell me. Better grip would be good though. There is no memory cards. You could have figured this out a while ago. No fines, but you fucked the car. I did about 6 fucking thousand, but Jesus. We need to play One Must Fall 2097. I think I've promised Papaya that I would play her at that as well at some point. Thing is, I suspect we'll be doing the same tactic. It's not the deepest game in existence. This city. So Ellie, I think you're closest to London. You'll be the one to tell us is the architecture and geometry accurate? Geography. Okay, that is it is a polis. Because yeah, they are a thing in this game. Shit. Ow. Yeah, I'm not as good at this track. I've far less practiced. Oh, you actually in the city rather than sort of outside it? I mean, you don't have to answer that if you don't want to dox yourself. I think that was meant to be a speed camera. I don't know if the slopes are like this and there are way more cars. Well, they're doing their best with the hardware they have, you know? I'm sure the police didn't see that. Ah, fuck. Yeah, I'll be getting some fines from this one, I fear. Am I meant to slow down from the speed for the speed cameras? Is that the intended gameplay here? Rather than, you know, win the goddamn race. Thing is, I never tried this level in this PS1 game. And I'm wondering, is this recreated? Oh, there's the Hooses of Parliament. And there ain't Hooses. It's not telling me my fines as I accrue them. I'm going to find out at the end and be rudely awakened, I fear. Yo, for the speeds that it's rendering at, which is not a hell of a lot, but more than I would expect for a cheapo PS1 game, they are surprisingly varied in the lighting, and I'm wondering if that's just a texture. Because from what I've read, PS1 had no dedicated hardware for figuring out lighting calculations. So that was all done on the CPU, and it was done, you know, differently for every game. Pess.
This is your first warning.
This is my first warning, apparently. There have been a lot of pictures of me speeding so far. But, I mean, I was also driving on the wrong side of the fucking road, but apparently speed's all they care about. Alright, lads. I don't know after me this time. Oh, fuck. They'll be wanting my autograph next. Ooh, third position. Let's see if we can defeat that. Ow! Not at this rate. Definitely not at this rate. last lap, thankfully, so there is time to make this up. I mean, I'm already back in first. That's a good start. It's interesting. This is definitely getting to 30 FPS at points. I do not think it's made its way up to 60. And there's no kind of, you know, frame generation or anything like that that would increase the frame rate from the PS1.
Your second warning. One more and you're finished.
They're very nice, these cops, but way nicer than I expected them to be. Is that a fellow... Nope, that's not a fellow racer. That'll be a fellow racer. I guess you just have to memorize the cars on the starting point, and then you'll know if you're passing them or not. Yeah, we don't mind that we're on the wrong side of the road, but could you do it a little slower? You know, think of the children, or something. You take a real penalty to speed when you turn. I don't know if that's actually the case in all racing games. I don't play a lot of them, and I don't pay that much attention to those mechanics. So I use the entire turning circle a particular game will give me. It's not an expert. You know, I didn't double check, but I suspect this does not support the neck con. You know, that controller that twists in the middle before we got analog sticks. I'm sure the police were trying to do that skid turn to stop the oncoming vehicle that no British police car has to do on a regular basis. I'm sure it's happened, but certainly not the done thing. Oh shit, I might actually be in second place for this one. And maybe that was wishful thinking. I'm pretty sure I just got a bonus for taking out a speed camera there. I'm happy with that. Okay, this is surprisingly charming, I will say. I feel it's hard to call it, you know, high quality exactly, but I see some charm in it. It reminds me of that, like, one funny joke in Johnny English, and it's the only thing I can remember about the damn movie. Is where he uses a spy car to fire at a rocket that destroys a speed camera. That amused me. Literally the only fucking thing I can remember. Okay, so Ellie, you're outside, not central, but a train ride away. The bridge looks accurate though. So on my list to play is One Must Fall with Papaya and Keith. And me and Rizalka need to play Mean Machine and Tetris / Dr. Mario. You'll win at Tetris and probably Dr. Mario as well, but Mean Machine, I feel like I'll be a worthy opponent. Yes, it was big of Big Ben to be in this game. Well, Big Ben's only the clock, of course. That is a parliament. Should be running up Whitehall now. Yep, that's Nelson's column. You're actually recognising stuff from this. That's brilliant. Is that the monument? Ah, yes, Nelson's column. Surprisingly accurate to London. Okay, this is... charming, certainly. Few liberties, of course, but roadworks everywhere, also accurate. Yeah, we are swamped with roadworks in Glasgow at the moment. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Quality police will be making themselves... They're macing themselves and eating pakora before you know it. They probably did that before I turned up. Taking out cameras in the ULEZ, topical. I had not read this news story. What the hell's going on? But how fucked is the car now? I feel it might be less fucked than previously. Yeah, tell you what, I'll be back in 1 second. Because it would be a shame to lose all this progress, so I've got my handy dandy eminently labelled memory cards box. I don't know if this will trigger nostalgia for anyone in particular, but yeah, you can have it on the big screen. Oh, there's a bunch in there. PS1, PS2, GameCube. Actually, I think that's all of them. Wait, did it actually leave the screen that said I could save? Rude. Yeah, the damage was worse. It was so much worse. I actually can't afford it. Really buy abs? Well, if they're on sale. I'll just ignore the damage until I can afford it. No memory card in slot 1. Yes, there fucking is. You know, retry. No. Oh, I don't want this memory card to be dead. I don't know what's on it. Try this other one. Now, in fairness, maybe the slot is gubbed, which is another separate issue. Okay, apparently may only detect memory cards in slot 1, so I may very well lose this progress. Well, shoot. Try it in slot 1 once more. Nicely seated. Yes. Alright, one more I can try. It's this. It's a GameCube one. These are GameCube ones and the rest are PS2. So here's the fun thing. I needed a way of differentiating my PS2 memory card with my flatmates at the time. And this was my solution. I had stamps lying around and I put a stamp on mine. Hey, welcome back, Dee Dee. We have found the geography of London Racer for the piece. Oh, now it works. Save data to memory card. Yes, please. Yay! Success! So earlier this year, you think a load of right-wingers were smashing cameras in protest of the ultra-low emission zone radius expanding. Ah, of course they fucking were. I got lucky on that one. My car was already absolutely fine for the Glasgow ULEZ. Next visit Stream ID, we just played versus games from our childhood. Could do. Could do. One of us might end up being very salty. It might be me. Country routes to Oxford. Now, I have been to Oxford once, but it was at night, so it wasn't terribly visible. Oh, motherfucker. Yeah, there are very, very unforgiving invisible barriers. So that is something to contend with. Excuse me! Oh, I fucking knocked him out of geometry there. This actually does make it quite difficult to see. I think that's me fucked. Yeah. So it just kicks you back without additional fines. Like I said, in One Must Fall, you would be selling an upgrade to pay for that repair bill. Absolutely fucked the car for sure. But which will be salty? Yes. I believe is the answer to that. Fuck. Same mistake as before. Is that the turbo button? Yes, the turbo went down, so I hit the button that does the turbo. Now, I could be careful going through here, but I would be sacrificing new. And that's just not how I do things. Nah! I may have to get a new controller, actually, because I feel I have to really hammer in on some of the buttons to get them to register. To Oxford? From where? Middle Earth? Who wins will determine who will pay for the takeaway. Oh, put some stakes to it. Witness me. Meet. Your wee mini. Oh, bollocks. You know, I feel like I'm probably at the level of damage where logically I should absolutely be starting the race with a smoking heck heap. But the game's only programmed to kick in that effect when you take damage. It's the only time it checks for it. I like the idea that the police are not actually coming after me for speeding, but just to say, like, fucking stay at this, mate. Wow, they do not know how to skid at all. Now you're picturing Mr. Bean as one of the war boys. Witness me. I don't have a Mr. Bean impression in the bag. Can I repair a bit of it? Apparently I can. So, yep, that would be a viable way to go. I'd forgotten how long PS1 memory cards take to access. This will not pass a roadworthy, mate. Not that it matters, because you're just going to fucking wreck it anyway. And I will. I don't know about the load times, by the way. I'm pretty sure I turned on the PS2's fast loading feature that it has for PS1 games. Not the texture filtering. You know, that I don't need basic ass bilinear filtering on my PS1 games, thank you very much. It impressed me greatly back in 1999, not so much now. I want my chunky pixels. As I've discussed before, I've become nostalgic for the early era of 3D graphics. And that is very much extended to...
This is your first...
Ah, first warning, yeah. That's very much extended to the PS2 era now. So what am I meant to do? Just go through an entire race and not take damage? What will the landed gentry think? No idea why I landed on landed gentry. And there's a distinct possibility I'm going to total this car as well, but we'll see how we go. It's not like I have to do laps, so... Bonk. Don't mind me just fucking pinballing my way through a country road. Oh yeah, I am about to wreck this. Yeah, I have to switch over to first person mode just so the smoke effect doesn't get in my fucking way. What, can I take out the speed cameras without taking damage? I suspect not. That would be far too easy. Oh, that was bloody lucky on my part. TBH. To be honest, I've seen fucking dumber maneuvers on country roads. Seems to be a place where people take it as an excuse to be an arsehole driver. I don't know why. Motorways aren't always better in that regard, mind you. Excuse me, chaps. Claiming my first place crown while I can. You know, I wonder if we do have any upscaler devices that will actually bump the frame rate as well. Any vehicle will pass its MOT in the UK, but always on the second time after 50 quid. Bit of work. It kind of true. Mayhaps depends on the mechanic, but probably. Okay, so that was London Racer for the PS1. Surprisingly charming, and mostly in terms of it getting some of the geography actually correct, which It's a PS1 game. Surely you did not need to go to that particular effort. That's the word I was looking for. Race menu. Yeah, that's true. What? Why the fuck is it race menu? Who authorized this? I demand to know. I would like to speak to their manager. How much you want to bet these people aren't actually in the games industry anymore? Like they eventually just like went off into an office job or something. Menu. Oh, that's gonna bug me. Okay, one game down, and we just so happen to be close enough to the hour mark that I'm gonna do my whole break thing. So, usual rules apply. I'm gonna go away for a couple of minutes, and I will play you some clips in the meantime to keep you occupied. Whilst that's happening, think about walking around, stretching your legs, get yourself a drink or a snack if you feel like it. Make sure you're staying on top of your meds, whatever you do. You deserve the health and happiness those bring, so make sure you take those. So, enjoy the clips, see you in a bit, and roll for puppy. Everything is fine. Nobody wants to kill me. Certainly not a giant robot straight out of hentai. But with lasers. So straight out of hentai. You can't see me. I'm just a normal God-fearing bush. I kind of like how their eyes only seem to glow in a certain light, reflecting something that we can't see. There we go. Sorry to do that to you, but I didn't like your brains. Yep. Alright, jeez.
Well, looks like everything's in order. Stand back.
What? Oh, Jesus Christ.
The about your friend Max can't be far off now. I hope it comes in time. Just take this little old stamp thing across the way to immediate action. They'll get right on it.
Immediate action.
Is the whole plot gear activated?
Go to the, yep. No, go to, yeah, go to that.
Get free transitions for no good reason.
Get zapped.
Look, I know a pentagram when I see one.
That wasn't a pentagram, it had too many lines on it.
It was a pentagram in spirit. Our implementation. Nearly done here. Nearly done. Everything is fine. I swear to God I don't cue those up. That was just impeccably bad timing on my mouth words. I mean, not with that attitude, Summer. Oh, hello. Apparently I set the webcam up at some point. Nope, this is not meant to be a webcam stream. Excuse me, excuse me. It was accidentally in my face. That wasn't meant to happen. So, in case it wasn't clear, Shodan's charging the mining laser for a strike against Earth, and what the fuck are you up to, mate? It was one of those. I don't remember which. Also, I hope that green thing isn't important because my eyes are drawn straight towards it. So if it's not important, why are you making it so... I did not expect that. At least we get a good item down here. Well, bonus time is a bit of a bust, but I am thus far not dead. On the other hand,
Reinforcements have arrived.
Red! Holy shit! Sorry.
It's not Ford Samurai.
Nick will be happy that there's more 4. Indeed he will. We'll have to remind him about that. In fact, do it multiple times because, I mean, what if he forgets? We can't take that risk. Cue you clipping this so that I get the blame when this event inevitably comes up. Whee! Okay, that one literally did clip out of the map. Okay, so... well, alas. They won't even let him in the door.
Oh, that's it.
Get back here.
Right. I told you not to. I said no.
You did. And yet...
You fanny.
I wonder where it'll put me back.
Right at the start. Right at the start.
But I'm not sure I'm getting hurt by these things. Had to say it. Had to fucking say it. Okay, maybe we're getting somewhere now. Let's try that. Oh my god, where did we end up? Just 2. I'll need the rest for later. And we're back. And we're back with London Racer 2. I promise it says 2. There. You can maybe read that. But we have the power of the PlayStation 2 this time. And I think I'll keep the 4x... Oh god, disk drive, what are you doing? I think I'll keep the 4x3 scaling on. That looks correct to me, but location London, who would have fucking guessed? Mission finished first, and yet I get into trouble for speeding. Well, Brian McCosey, for Liverpool. Bloody hell, do they have characters now? Also, it's louder if I'm not mistaken. Maybe that's a bit more palatable. Now, this is actually closer to in-game graphics, if I'm being honest. That one's from Derry. Yeah, more London than Racer 2. 2 London, 2 Racer. They built a second London. Are you a bad enough dude to stop them? No, I'm not. An impact font, which was the style at the time. She was called Jill Valentine. How did I miss that? You heart London? Lukewarm. Jill Valentine, Street Racer. Look, I'm sure she could do it if she wanted to. Oh yeah, it's PS1 memory card. So let's try PS2 1. Because I properly labeled these ones. No, I don't want to continue. Yeah, something's fucky with this slot, I fear. Either that or it's not double checking for the existence of one. Okay, I'll see if there's the save in the options menu or something. Yes, there is. You can overwrite a previous game. Okay, maybe it is actually checking. Reseat the memory card. Try again. No. Okay, I'll have to maybe tear this thing apart and find out. I'm using my fat PS2 because I do have a slim, but I specifically got that because I wanted a nice compact way of doing the whole free MacBoot and MX4 SIO, the one that lets you load games from a memory card that has an SD card stuck into it. Just because I don't fully trust it, I'm going to reset and see if it picks up memory cards that way. It shall be a different kind of sandwich this time. A knocked off the street by surprisingly aggressive Polish sandwich. Okay. So, skip the intro. Elgato, really? Okay, there will be no saving for me, it seems. Can only reseat the memory card so many times before I start to suspect hardware problems. Okay, well, we can't go into this and not try a tournament, like, let's be real. Well, we know exactly who we have to play as. Oh, what the fuck is the lighting on that character model? What cursed images has this wrought? Somebody tells me this game will not be taking advantage of the pressure-sensitive buttons of the PS2. She's a VJ, apparently. A VJ in 2002? Yeah, plausible. What cursed crop top will she be in? Well, we're not going to see it, I don't think. Although they do model the drivers, so that's not a crop top they've got her in. So immediately this is non-canon. Also, I hope this isn't copyrighted music, but there is the whole, you know, DJ aspect to this game. Just playing throughout with weird phone calls that I'm probably going to talk over. And it also seems to do this Burnout-esque slow-mo thing if you hit something hard enough. But you do get to repair mid-race, which is very nice. Might undermine the whole tournament mode if you don't have to actually pay for your repairs, but... Oh, shit. I do like that she puts her arm out to do the reverse, though. That's a neat touch. Arrows indicating which way you should go, way too late for you to see them in course correct. Love that for me. It's a pretty decent turning circle on this thing, I must say. By comparison, my car turns like the fucking QB2. Yeah. Heal my damage. And then give me cash. More cash. Are you meant to be Welsh, caller? Is that what's going on here? Also, I don't know what voice this DJ is going for at all. Okay, so there seems to be no speed cameras this time, but we do still have Polish, and it is a bit easier to ram them off the road this time, which I appreciate. You know what, I said I was going to talk a whole lot about Linux, and I've gotten distracted by that as the game's turned out to be actually interesting. But I suppose what I can do now is talk about OBS, which in theory should be fine. You export OBS from your previous install and import it into your new one. Only to find that OBS on Linux, and perhaps specifically the Flatpak version, has a whole bunch of different things for the capturing of stuff. Some of which were available on Windows and not on Linux, and showed up in big red text in Flatpak OBS on Linux, and anytime I clicked on them, OBS crashed. Well, it froze for a bit and then it crashed, which was even more annoying. So the way I finally sorted that one is I exported my setup again, manually edited the JSON that it exported to remove the dodgy things that I couldn't even interact with to delete them, and re-import that. So that was a time, but after that seems to have been plain sailing, apart from the whole capturing things on Wayland issue that I talked about earlier. It was meant to be Buckingham Palace, I guess. It's Chinatown, but you don't think those two are that close to each other. Okay, I guess it can kind of work. Possibly. Okay, no need to drown me. I've got my hydrating posture stretched out the way. Thank you for those. And thank you for the sub, Rizalka. I didn't properly call that out. Okay, what fresh hell are we going into? Leprechaun's! Okay, let's take us back to the race menu.
What is glass but tortured sand?
Okay, so the repairing of damage is still a thing. But I can change the color. It's a very basic upgrade system compared to the first game. Okay, London the second. To London to loading. Okay, that's a kind of a nice sun effect. I'll give them that. For the time. I do have nitro, I should remember that. I'm hoping the button is still circle. It's not. Well, I'll need to figure that out. It's R1. Fine. Cool. I'm sure that makes sense to somebody. Cash. Yeah, I won't go for that red one. It seems like I'm just going to crash into something if I try. Oh boy. Damn it, nearly. Nearly got out of that one unscathed. I wonder if I can regain nitro or not. Oh, pick up the speed things. That's what that'll do. So I had nitro the entire previous race and I didn't use it. I am the best at games. Also playing it on easy because, you know, I'm streaming. First game didn't actually give me a difficulty to select. I would have selected easy were that the case. We've got that classic PS2 style motion blur effect, which is basically leave a faded version of the previous frame on screen. You know what? I think they've taken one map and split it into two different races rather than make a whole new one. Or at the very least reusing geometry, because given the restrictions of the PS2, it might make more sense to start from the same base and then cut out all the things you're not using for the London 2 map. So, what else happened in the great Linux switch? So I use TouchPortal and StreamerBot in tandem with OBS to do my streams. And well, they're both Windows programs, pretty much through and through. Now, TouchPortal does have a Linux version, which is in beta, and I had to give up on very quickly and just run the Windows version in I can't remember if it was Proton or Wine or one of that ilk, because that actually worked a lot better than the official Linux version did. Is that police car trashed? Oh, it's upside down. Incredible. 10 out of 10. Quality Polus. So yes, that was a fun start, especially considering my shout-out setup. Because, okay, granted, it worked in a very stupid way, which is entirely my fault, and I just never bothered to fix it until I had to. Which was, because it's basically a cut-down version of the random clip player I use for the pause screen. I just change who the broadcaster name is depending on who I'm shouting out. The way I did this is when the shout-out command was run, it would write the name of the person I was shouting out to a file. Well, actually, no, that's the first time I did it, it wrote it to a text file, and then the text file was read by the web page that does the shout out. And that got changed to editing the HTML directly, just to say, you know, const broadcaster name equals whoever's getting shouted out. But that was achieved via a batch script. Now, my first thought, which is possibly yours as well, just make it a shell script instead because you're on Linux. No, that didn't work because I'm still running technically the Linux version and it has no fucking clue what to do with a shell script. So that didn't run. It's fun to see everybody else finishing the race around me. So what I eventually wrangled, and this was what I was doing last night instead of actually, you know, putting everything down and going to bed, was get the viewer shout out page to make a WebSocket request over to StreamerBot where when the shout out is triggered it saves the name of the person I'm shouting out, and then this web page goes to StreamerBot and says, here, what's the name of the person we're shouting out, and StreamerBot's like, lol, okay, here's the name. And it's done that way. I am not a web dev. I have done some web dev. It is not my native language, shall we say, but I wrangled something together, so now when we do a shout out, as hopefully I can demonstrate in my hubris, it should all work as intended and not explode. I'm not quite used to the way WebSockets do things. Like, I couldn't figure out a way just to say, hey, don't return from this function until you get a response from the WebSocket. And apparently that's just not how they do things. Which I get. The web page would be unresponsive until it returned, which is not what you want, but it's one of those ones where there are best practices and I don't care because this is just for me. Nobody's going to be code reviewing this. So, I'm going to attempt a shout out for the Alba Armory. You can snooze that ad for a second. Who did all the wonderful shiny things, the dice knife and the dragon dice holder and the potion earlier. So we'll see if this works. Yay, it works.
Is invisible?
Invisible me.
I'm seeing him.
Yeah, I can.
No,
Yeah, he's
look
just
on my stream.
He's just a floating gun and a wee name tag.
This Glampandango, I can see it. No, I can't. Shit.
I can see you.
Holy shit, look at that. What the fuck?
Wimes.
Oh, what was this one again? Was this World War Z?
Someone have actually fired the gun. Okay, let's find out.
It's phantom guns.
Well, then you're gonna add to fucking Sixth Sense to your trigger powers, aren't you? You see fucking ghosts now.
Invisible people.
Oh, so good.
I don't see dead people. Well, I see dead people. I don't see one live person. Ba, 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 ba. I made the same joke I made probably 2 years ago while that was happening. So yeah, I got that working. Something a little more subtle than that is, remember the capture issues I was talking about, where capturing a window requires, you know, Wayland to drop in and say, hey, you need to give permission for this thing to happen. Turns out that also means that it's not really the same set it and forget it that you would get on Windows, or presumably on X11 if you were using that instead of Wayland. So my stream intro was a C++ program I wrote, because that's what I was most fluent in at the time, probably still am. Well, tell a lie, I made the very first version of stream intro in Python, but I had to set my command line, my terminal that it was running in, to some very awkward and weird aspect ratio to get it to scale properly on OBS. So I rewrote it in C++ using SDL and individually rendered each character, because that's just the quickest way I could figure out how to do it. Not recommended. It used way too much CPU. And so for the third version of this, see this? This is all a web page. I fucking ported it to JavaScript just so I wouldn't have to deal with OBS showing me a Wayland pop-up every fucking time. Please clap. You know, I won't lie, there's been a lot to sort out, but I am proud of the progress I've made in making this all work. Now, it's not perfect, because it used to be, it was like, I think 3 seconds from one line ending to the next line starting. It's now 5 seconds between lines starting. Not a big deal. It only shows up if you have a particularly long line. Long line. You were clearing out some old files you had and was looking at a video and made the same joke to yourself, just as you said it in the video. Came from the same mind, so, well, yeah, if you put it that way, it's not so unusual. I've done some fine work. Thank you. Now, you might think I would just add a new div or whatever for every new line that was getting rendered, and just let the whole thing scroll, hide the scroll bar, and everything would be absolutely fine. No, it goes in and deletes the first div to make room for a new one. Why did I do that? Why did I do it that way? It's because the alternative way only occurred to me afterwards. That's fucking why. Ah, boy. Fun and games, stuff and things. Anyway, we were playing something, and we've got 5 minutes on this one, so we can, in theory, get another race in. But yes, thank you for complimenting the fine work. I'm proud of it. And now the ad break's going to start. Well, no, you only snooze it for 5 minutes, I suppose. So I think those were, like, the biggest things. As I say, web browsing, fine. Games, almost completely fine. It's just getting these Windows programs running under Linux to interact with Linux-based things. Didn't always work, so my entire page of oh, you used up all the power-ups, you little shit. I bet you didn't even take damage. Don't worry, I can fix that for you. I pressed the wrong button for nitro, but it's alright. New. So yeah, it definitely does have the feeling of one map where they just alter excuse me, where they just alter the layout. Whether or not that's true, I don't know. Like, if I had to make optimization cuts, I would think we've got an entire DVD. Actually, I think this might be a CD based game. I would look at the space we had and think, can we just make another map that cuts all the stuff we don't need out? and maybe it'll run faster. But I don't know for sure. Wow, still nobody's caught up with me. Easy mode really is fucking about. Let's see, any other big changes that I had to make? Because I was surprised that there was no real problems getting StreamerBot, Touch Portal, and OBS to communicate with each other, but I suppose the underlying networking of it just all works as it should, which is very nice. You know, I don't have to worry about StreamerBot trying to run a Linux binary, because it'll try and do it in the Wine environment because the program invoking it was in the Wine environment and therefore in Windows mode, so... But I do wonder if I could make the setup less complicated. Actually, the thing I'm most shocked about, I think, is that once Touch Portal and StreamerBot were sorted, the video redeems, the little clips, they just worked. Absolutely fucking shocked. Thought for sure that my janky way of doing it would throw up some problems. One problem I did have is I apparently didn't write down which OBS plugins I was using, so I had to make some educated guesses and go from there, but thankfully it all worked out. So the video clips should still do a little fade out. If it's early enough and a black case and a blue disc gets a CD. I recall looking at one of them and it was a blue underside. So, well, you know what? We're at the half-hour mark. Let's answer this for ourselves. Yep, CD. Now, question is, are any of our other contestants looking similar? Road Rage Free. Destruction Madness. And Police Madness. Apparently they did not fucking need it very much. Alright, Road Rage Free, see what you got. Oh yeah, of course I had to fix a couple of things in Touch Portal and the StreamerBot where they're looking for explicit Windows paths that didn't exist anymore. Oh yeah, I already went over the games being weird. No, there's no memory card because my PS2 is grumpy, although it looked like it was trying to... Oh god, no! No! This isn't even one of the London Racer ones. This was just some random disc in the box and we get Phoenix games instead. No! But Atlas and Cave as well, so which one published and which one developed? I don't think it's gonna tell me. Made in Austria. It's still... Why am I reading this? This isn't for the game I'm looking at. Oh, Phoenix, Atlas and Cave. Alright, let's proceed to the find out phase, shall we? Okay, volume wise still seems alright. Yeah, we'll try a quick race. Okay, so it might be one of those games that forces me to do manual transmission, which I avoided in games for as long as possible. So I'm not going to be good at this. Any racing game that gave me the option of manual transmission, I picked the other thing immediately. Granted, this is a holdover from when I didn't know how to drive, you know, as an actual ass kid. Oh, it's forces analog controls, okay. Oh, yeah, change the fucking gear, that'll help. Could be worse. I remember this F1 racing game for DOS that I could never get anywhere with because I didn't know what the button to switch gears was. And so it would just shred the gear, wreck the car, and the race would end. I couldn't do anything about it because it was like, what the fuck is all this? How does any of this work? I don't know what 80 odd kilometers an hour is in miles per hour, but it does not feel very fast. And also my exhaust farted. Cool. I don't know the tactics for getting around the bend. Drop a gear and then skid like a motherfucker. Cool. I don't know if I'm playing this right at all. Yeah, we were worried about one of the games being good enough that I wanted to hold on for more than half an hour. This is what I'm really worried about. Is me being utterly unable to play the game properly and therefore having to give up even earlier. Oh, I seem to get points for drifting though. I do believe Burnout did something similar. I suppose you're meant to intuit when to change gears by the noises that your car is making. Which I can barely do that in a real fucking car, let alone a virtual one. Still, should make it, yep. Not out of the race yet. No vibration, interestingly. Would have been a perfect time for it as well. Maybe that's something you need to turn on. Nope. Didn't nail that last one. Also, rapidly running out of time, which does not help. that was some sad music. Looks rather nice. It runs okay. I was nearly stalling it there. Absolutely, I was. Sounds like you're trying to get your tiny brain around Gran Turismo. I did never spend too much time with those games. 100 is about 60, I think. 100 is the speed of your freeways unless you're in Queensland. Theirs is 130. Feels a bit much. Oh, you want a name? Fine. Oh god, that took way too long. This is not going to be worth it. There we go. So I'd say a new record at the very least. The drift point is... It's like a whole thing. I don't know, I don't have any frame of reference. Standard 2-lane speed is 60, 80 for 3-lane. Okay. Weird, ours is a little different. Like, we differentiate between single carriage and we call it dual carriage, but essentially it's more than single carriage. Which means if there's just one lane of traffic both ways, the speed limit's generally 60. And if you've got more lanes than that per direction, it's 70. Such a shame I won't be able to save. I know! It's an absolute tragedy. I'm desperately trying to find a button that will let me change to automatic transmission, and it's not there. All right. Well, will we be able to usurp the Kanto throne? Oh yeah, it's another thing I'm quite proud of is I somehow got VR to work, which I was not expecting. Because normally I would require a Windows application to make that work. Some proprietary thing made by the manufacturer of the headset. Pay attention to the fucking speedometer, would you? It will serve you well, I promise. What's the saying? God. Oh yeah, I got VR to work. I forget the precise program I used to do it. So yeah, I do have to, probably incredibly similar to what I was doing before, run an Android app on the headset and run one on the desktop. But VR work? So sure that was going to be a problem. But thankfully I had the Steam frame already set up on my Steam wish list. I don't fucking remember putting it there, but it was there. Steam controller, I do want the new Steam controller. That is valid. That I'm pretty sure I put that one on there on purpose. Oh fuck me. First gear, Jesus. I'll catch up with you eventually. See, I didn't have much I could do there. I thought drop a gear to deal with the hill, but no, I just nearly torched the clutch right there. Okay, so you only seem to get points if you maintain a drift without hitting anything, which is fair. Again, very burnout coded. There we go, I'm getting the hang of it now. Nearly, sort of, a bit. Ow. Well, I clipped the back though, that's fine, right? Please ignore the fact that drifting would in fact, you know, reduce your top speed. Just sort of keeps you on track as you go. Gives you a general direction. That it? Yeah, that's it. You're most confused in York when you rented the car. You had to call Richard and ask about speed because you realised you hadn't found any speed signs, and he was like, how many carriageways? What the fuck is a carriageway? Valid question if you're not used to that language. You too want the new Steam controller, but first a Steam Deck will be desired. Valid. Any particular reason for the Steam Deck first? I assume that maybe you already have a working controller and you just want the Steam controller for new and shiny, as opposed to Steam Deck for, you know, utility I do not currently have. Which would be valid. Okay, apparently we get the entire road to ourselves. Good to know. Oh, I'm coming to get yous. I'm vaguely keeping you in my sights this time. Yeah, I am switching as soon as I hit the red, and perhaps that is overdoing it. Yeah. That's probably slowing me down. Also, my throat is going. I don't know what's happening there. Not as if I've been a chatterbox to anybody else today, so... Why throat choose now? Will I just stall the car? Is that the play? So weirdly rehoming the PC fixture network speeds to an Ethernet so you can properly stream your headset again. Excellent. Odd, but excellent. Look, I get the style points in, right? I might not, finish first or second. Frankly, I think it would be charity to give me third in this three-man race, but style, nay question. I'm the styleman. Also, a slight disadvantage I have is, I blame this on growing up on digital controllers, which is, I never quite got used to analog sticks. So the subtle nuance one might have of moving a stick, I'm not great at it. I'm more like, what's the term? Just like tapping the stick, nudging it several times to get the desired effect. Hey, what'd you know? I'm third again. You have the current Steam controller, but you're happy with your Xbox controller. Meanwhile, rather than Steam Linking, you'd get better latency from docking a Steam Deck. You would. This is true. Rehoming the PC also fixed the motherboard dead USB port. Somehow you're beginning to think the old case was haunted. It's possible. Like, there are several variables in there, which is the motherboard, the case, and the wires betwixt them. And I suppose you probably replaced two of those. Grew up on the mean streets of the DualShock one, so you're much more comfy with analog than a D-pad. Oh, you bloody youngsters.
3, 2, 1.
I was feeling bad about this for a second, and then I remembered I once spent an entire stream on the same XCOM Chimera Squad mission and did not beat it. So, half an hour on the same race, it's fucking nothing by comparison. I'm staying vaguely close to them this time. We'll see how long that lasts. I don't recall getting a difficulty setting here, so I know not what I'm meant to be playing on. How hard is this meant to be? Because, the first fucking race of story mode and I'm getting trounced. No, they're nearly gone. Maybe there's a handbrake button I just haven't discovered yet. I think that's a regular brake button. I don't know how well that's going to do me. Okay, it does actually feel like I'm getting some speed now. I had to work for it, but I've got there. Yes, I know technically I'm probably supposed to be slowing down for those turns. But I don't think that's programmed into me, to be frank. Just feels fundamentally incorrect. Although, happy with that. Barely a scratch getting past that fucker. Smooth as baby butt butter. Okay, actually making progress, and it's mostly from leaving the gear shift alone. There we go. Clawed my way up to second place. Thank you for making you feel young. I needed a boost. At your service, Ellie. I can absolutely provide that. Kept all of the weird juju of the PSU troubles. Oh no. Same cable, same hardware, new case. New case is also much quieter and didn't plug any of the RGB lights, so other than the motherboard, no lights to show in your room anymore. Need to get some kind of RGB controller if you want lights, and well, it would look nice if you leave the PC on overnight for the early morning streams. Harder to sleep with the lights. Well, that is true. Barriers. Nature's breaks. Oh shit, I have to actually hit first. You do, however, no longer have unsecured SSD floating inside your case. That's good. You removed an SSD and left the hybrid drives? Because I've already had the little rants of hard disk drives not actually being good enough for... You know what, I'm going to restart, because every time I start this race I get distracted and forget to change gear out of the gate. And honestly, I think I may have fucked that one up again. We'll see how this goes. Like, any racing heads could advise me here is that what would be an optimal time, do you think, if there is a simple answer to that question, for switching gears? Aside from try not to fuck it up like I did just there. Where's the shiny plastic? Where? Where'd it go? Okay. But I feel like I could probably run the speedometer in the red for, or the accelerometer maybe, in the red for a bit. And that might be optimal. Damn it, I thought that drift was over, but it wasn't. And then I hit something. And I don't know if I lose the drift from that or not. And the speedometer hits about 5 or 6 bump up. Okay. That is way earlier than I was suspecting. Basically as it starts to lag. Can't say I have that much spatial awareness, to be honest. So I will attempt to bear this advice in mind. Where are we? Okay, bumped it again, but mostly maintained speed, I feel. No. Overdid it on the speeds, bumped into something. Also, maybe I don't need to drift every single corner. Because, given the tires are squealing, perhaps that will affect my speed somewhat. Oh no, I lost. Question is, do I drive in real life? Yes, not at this speed. So technically, the rev count, not the speed, either way. But here's where I confess something. The my car has a feature where it tells me when to shift gears, and I've gotten very, very used to it. Okay, holding position so far. In the rear, but, you know, still. Can ram my opponent into a wall, it's fine. It's not against the rules. And certainly don't seem to be punished for it, so... They can't just shoot off ahead of me. Mind you, they're not running into fucking walls, so... Should also bear in mind, which I'm not really been doing, when I'm going up hills. You need the lower gears for those, just like in real life. You see, as you drive an automatic. No, mine is manual. That's the embarrassing thing about all of this. I don't want to just like switch between gears rapidly and figure out what is the most optimal. I don't think I have the reflexes for that, frankly. Anyway, this better be good enough because I don't have any more gears. That turn did seem to go a little better than I expected. Not so much that one. But I might manage a second place. This feels doable. Unless this is already the second lap, because I do tend to lose track of that kind of thing. No, that car's still going, so fuck! There only is one lap, isn't there? Yeah, lower gears for hills, more traction, yeah. General rule of thumb is gears correspond to 10 seconds, so first up at 10 to 20. Yeah, I think that's how I used to do it, and then this automatic thing wrecked my brain. This case also has USB 3.1 plug that you've never seen before, and your mobile doesn't have that, so maybe next mobile upgrade. So the USB-C doesn't work on the front for now. Is it like a collection of header pins? Okay, one more go.
3, 2, 1, go!
It's just, once again, just a little tap in the rear of the vehicle as I'm drifting by. Should be fine, right? Also, I will point out, Ellie, your advice of comparing it to the speeds sadly doesn't help against an accelerometer. I do keep making that mistake myself. Oh boy, this is just gone to hell in a handbasket, hasn't it? You see why I don't touch racing games all that often? Now, is there any hope of me getting anywhere friggin' near those other two at this point? I suspect not. I'll just have to get style points. And with that, I can claim the moral victory. If not the in any way matters otherwise victory. Oh god, I can see them on the map. There's no way I'm catching them. Yeah, have a crunch. Okay, I'm happy with that drift. Again, not sure I need to be drifting the entire way through these turns. In fact, it may be detrimental. Okay, I got within spitting distance of the yellow bastard. I take it drifting this handbrake. I'm honestly just like coming off the accelerator and hitting it again. I don't know what the handbrake button is. And that might be utterly screwing me as well. You see, you probably get away with third gear for hills unless it's really slowing you down. I would need more time with it. And we have hit the 2-hour mark, so we'll be swapping games and going for a break. It's this weird H-shaped cable. Find a picture of it, send it to you on the Discord in case you have any idea what the fuck it is, so you can be on the lookout for the next upgrades. It looks vaguely familiar. I could not tell you if I have one in my own one. Interesting. Anyway. Okay, so usual rules apply. I go away for a bit, I play you some clips in the meantime. I tell you to get up, stretch, walk around, stretch your legs, get a drink or a snack if you feel like it, make sure you're staying on top of your meds, and then I tell you to roll for puppy. So, yeah, do all of that. Roll for puppy.
Oh, you should probably save, by the way.
I've done so.
Yay!
Wait, what the fuck just happened there? Did anyone else see that?
Gus? I was looking at the walkthrough, I'm afraid.
There's a wibbly thing in the middle of the screen.
Oh.
Splat something. Right, I'm gonna see if I can get over there with a dash. Not if I bump into things, that's really not gonna help. Frame rate seems fine, just it's upset with the motion. Yeah, there's a lot changing at once, and that's just gonna hammer the bit rate. Not sure Twitch even supports a bit rate that would encode this game well at 1080p 60 FPS. No, I reckon you're right, it do not. Is the max still 6,000? I think it is. Are you real pipes? You are real pipes. That means I can get up here. Yay! I could have got up here by climbing the stairs. Yay! Everything is fine. Nobody wants to kill me. Certainly not a giant robot straight out of hentai. But with lasers. So straight out of hentai.
Well, bonus time is a bit of a bust, but I am thus far not dead. On the other hand,
reinforcements have arrived.
Red! Holy shit! Sorry, but
It's not full samurai.
gear activated.
Go to the, yep. No, go to, yeah, go to that.
Get free transitions for no good reason.
Get zapped.
Look, I know a pentagram when I see one.
That wasn't a pentagram, it had too many lines on it.
It was a pentagram in spirit. Our implementation. Stab. Can I get that guy through here? I can. There we go. Made my job easier.
Oh, for the love of... no. Not quite the beach. There we go. Stepping back, preparing. There you go. Good job, buddy. You did it. Oh no, that wasn't meant to happen. Stay down here. Stay down here. Stop it. Stop it. Nyeh. Nyeh. No. No to you and all your ways.
Shall see if he is willing. It might not be for long, but look, that pencil. He's real. He's real, and he's a very cute and handsome boy. And he does not want to be here. Oh no, does not want to be here at all. You're okay. You're a good lad. Can you get some scritches? Impossible to keep you on camera, unfortunately. Yes, get that. No, he's not having it. What about there?
Sorry, I thought the PS2 was vibrating more than usual for a second. And possibly it is. Yeah, I know. Yes, I'm sure. I've never been more sure of anything in my life. Oh, you heard children. Thought, oh god, the children are back. Last of them left yesterday. You look forward to the next week being normalish, or other than the work not needing to be done for a couple more days. It's a good feeling. Oh, does this do the thing of... No, it doesn't do the thing of if you turn the vibration on or off, it demonstrates the vibration. Anyway, we're actually... I had a thought. Maybe we missed out on a kick-ass intro. Maybe I inserted the game and reset too quickly. So let's try again and see what we get. Gotta know if Jill's coming back. PlayStation 2. Okay, so. Rapidly changing resolutions. For some. Oh, no, there was no intro. Man. What's the appeal behind this one? Oh, no, hold on, that's the wrong one. Oh, well, hold on. This might have been the intro. I might have skipped by it accidentally. Goal is to smash, bash, crash as many cars as possible, enjoy hours upon hours of fun in 4 different gaming modes. In that case, I'm surprised this has a career mode, but... You know what, I've just had a thought. Is this actually scaling up? Yeah, it is. Is it scaling up to, I wonder? Profile for. I thought that was the number of line multipliers. I also thought info would actually tell me this. Yeah, 5x still unsupported, as expected. Ultra small and good fun. Okay. First across the line takes the glory. Okay, so we're throwing out the destruction part of this title very quickly. Had all 5 of the nieces and nephews here for a whole day. It was chaos, I can imagine. Went to the local Xmas fair and had hold 2 of their hands for the whole thing. Sweet dears not realising they were not so up with... chaperone for them on the Ferris wheel. I should not have read ahead. Wow. Why am I so slow? Okay, let's try that again. I think. Okay. It would appear they've changed the controls yet again, and the former boost button is now brake. And the nitro is now called afterburner and it's automatic. Well, God, this afterburner goes for a while. Right. Oh, piss. This is going spectacularly badly. Honestly, a very familiar looking layout. Wow. Health restored very quickly. Looks like I'm gonna have to master this handbrake thumb to get anywhere. Okay, so they don't have the DJ talking this time around. And also, how much do you want to bet this is the exact same map recycled? Because it's looking very familiar so far. But it's bothering to at least pretend to model the gear changes. Damn it. Probably going to use that afterburner, but I couldn't quite get over to it. Okay, let's let's pretend going through that particular checkpoint is definitely mandatory. Something tells me if you found a map clip in this, the game would not register it as cheating. Okay. I thought I'd be on to lap 2 by now. Maybe the game has decided I'm cheating. I mean, I know I'm playing on easy, but fucking hell, mate. Like, I'm brand new to this game. I get the excuse of not knowing how to drive. You, on the other hand, you're meant to be a professional. Don't even know what that power-up was. So let's see, any other thrill ride stories I can tell from the great Linux switchover. I suppose I could talk about why I picked Baz out. One seems to be gaming focused, which I would like. It is probably my primary use for this machine, and it ties into streaming. But thing is, it's based on Fedora Silverlight, I think it's called, which is an immutable OS, meaning there's a big chunk of your hard drive which is read-only and it contains the operating system. So it is less modifiable than regular-ass Linux. And I thought that'll be interesting to try, at least. It's worked out so far that I've decided to keep it for the foreseeable. But the days of just doing like sudo apt install all of the programming tools that I'd want to use are gone. This is not how it's done. In fact, I could not get a clear answer exactly on how it was done. Because obviously you can boot up VMs, and what I would really like is have like a regular VS Code window or VS Codium, just holding all of the dev tools, which it then connects to actually run things. But not quite got there yet. The rest of the streaming setup needed work, so focused on that first. Fucking hell, okay. What have they done to the modelling of these cars? And also, how do I set off that afterburner I just picked up? I've not been doing it. I have not been afterburning. Okay, that's just a checkpoint, Christ. Again, this is sold on basically being we have burnout at home. And we're just in a regular ass race, so I don't know what the fuck this game is doing. I will say, like, the London Racer 2 had less charm than the first one. What? Why is my car now inflatable? Why can... What indeed? Okay, what have I, what have I missed? So, went to the local fair chaperone for them on the Ferris wheel, had to hold two of their hands for the whole thing, sweeteners not realising they were not so up with heights. It's like, oh shit, this thing goes high. It goes higher than I have ever been in my life. Well, not relative to sea level, relative to ground. Afterburner. I'm very mentally unfamiliar with this person or their collective works. And yeah, the working rear view mirror was nice, I guess. Eldest was trying to talk you onto a bungee cord trampoline thing. You were just like, there are so many reasons no. For one, it was clear for children to mid-teens. Could well be a reused map. So much fishtailing. Look, don't fucking judge me, okay? It does handle like shit. You'll likely try out the Baz for the laptop test. Okay, just bear in mind that a lot of Linux advice you get for fixing things will say run sudo apt install something in a terminal, and you're not going to be able to do that. Henlo, and also you feel like a smart car Mini Cooper isn't the best for racing, even though the Italian job tells you otherwise. Hey Gobble, welcome in. This is a cheap and forgotten game. To be fair, the cover is like standard PS2 fare, and it went for in CEX for an entire £5. Italian Job was more zipping through the streets of Turin, even if they teleport across the city a lot. In the remake or the original? Also from earlier you got Road Rage and Road Rash mixed up and was wondering why I wasn't on a bike. Road Rash is what immediately came to mind when I read that title. Ah, Deathmatch. Okay, so I've picked the right car for this. Road Rash is the best of racing games. I'm gonna throw Skitchin into the ring for that one. You don't have Carmageddon, so it's not in your brain to be ranking of racing games. Again, I have very few to choose from. But then again, Burnout 3 is just fucking great. I wonder if I could make an entire stream of that. Do I want to pick up one item at a time? Is that the conceit here? I think it is. Anyway, where the fuck is my opponent? Is that why this runs worse than the previous game? Because they implemented a rear view mirror, which appears to be what do you call it? Full size? Like they've not even like half pixeled it or anything. I think I rammed someone. It's very hard to tell. Also, I assumed the inflatable was for going on water. What if it's for taking less damage? Like the other cars just bounce off it, so it's a moment of reprieve. Shark cage! Okay, love it. No notes. Okay, that's one out of the way. Here's another bastard. Hello! Oh, jeez. That's two bastards. Oh, one of them's right behind me. Best of luck with that. Minor repair. Tim has expired. Well, Tim, you died as you lived. Driving. Okay. Maybe pay attention to the map again and we'll find where bastards are. Apparently I just drove straight by one. Oh no, there it is. There yous are. What, T-Bone didn't do more damage? I feel like it should have. There we go. Right, so this is actually working with the conceit of the game. But don't know why it made me do a race first. That feels odd. Shark cage! Da, 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 da. Seems to slowly reduce their health whilst we drag them along. Not so much for a front ender. Is that a head on? That head on is what I meant to say. Hello, friend. Seems to just go there. Oh, I got to flip you if nothing else. Ow. Okay, that went well. That one went less well. Let's try to keep an eye on the health. Are they respawning bastards? Is that what's going on? Also, I don't know what Harvester is meant to do, to be honest. I see it spins. I've got that information. Oh, there's a lot of you over here. Nom. Yay, I did it. Why is my car in jail? Excellent question. Your brother went and then when we watched it again, like, hang on, they're suddenly back across the river again. Geography, not consistent sometimes. Your favourite racing game is Split Second and you're disgusted that it never got a sequel. I did not play that. The wheat thresher attachment is very cool. Even the mirror has the same draw distance. That's wild. That is not how you optimize a game, I've got to say. We're really having a car battle destruction derby in Trafalgar Square. This kind of rules. It's nice to see a space that would not normally be used for such a thing Yes, my car was in gay baby jail, I guess. I'll have to take your word on that. Finally protected from sharks on the streets of London. It's to protect the crayfish twins. God damn you, Nick. Just thinking of your favourite genre game. Your brain has gone back to Amped 3. Brain, we weren't even talking about snowboard. Have some Amped games. You need to get your Xbox back from a friend. We'll make do with SSX PS3 soon. Just been hankering for a snowboarding game. I never really found one I particularly got on with even. Like, there's one we had on the PS1. I don't even remember the title of it. But I think it was the third in the series. And it was just like, this is a snowboarding game. Cool. If 3 was on the 360, you don't have it. It is on the 360. Split Second was a Wii game where your power-ups were all environment-based changes, many of which fundamentally changed the course. Favourite one was that you could call down a plane crash on a runway as you and others were driving across it, and that broke open access to a garage underneath. That does sound pretty rad, not gonna lie. Great cutscene animation sound. The snow just feels so good. Yeah, you brought over Amped 3 one of the times you were over here. Cool Border Street, that does sound correct, Ellie. That really does sound correct. To a new location. And a battle for survival. Last man standing, health ticks down constantly. Well, that's just unnecessary. Yeah, more I think about it, Cool Borders 3 sounds very correct. Now, this is Edinburgh, so I should be, in theory, be able to judge the geography. Now, if it were Glasgow, I'd have a much easier time. But unfortunately, Edinburgh is the city Americans have heard of. So it tends to get the press. Okay, if you're just going to damage your fucking self, then I don't know if I'm even going to bother, frankly. I just rammed them into health. God damn it. Come back here, you little shit. Already got somebody on my tail. Don't need to be dealing with this. I mean, the changes in elevations look correct. How accurate they are beyond that, I could not tell you, but that part tracks so far. Nah. Ow. Aha. Dodge it. I don't know if we just have to survive. I think it was implied we have to survive rather than get kills. Because the possibility of kill stealing does exist in this scenario. Bernhard. Feels like another typo. Up there with race menu. Which if you weren't there for that was M-E-N-U-E. Which is crimes. Ooh, practically a twofer. Health. Ah, there you are. Wow. I just sort of lightly nudged where the fuel tank probably was and won. You have co-bolters too, but not giving it the time of day, really. 2019, maybe play it, and we also played the Spider-Man game I bought for the 362. Yeah, that was when I realised that 1, Spider-Man 2 was available on the Xbox, and 2, Bruce Campbell was the narrator for no adequately explained reason. And completely self-aware. So if you've never played Spider-Man 2 on the 6th generation consoles, like PS2, Xbox, etc., then there you go. Got that to look forward to. My home turf and onto mine. Or your home turf and onto mine. I mean, careful saying to somebody from Glasgow that Edinburgh's their home turf, but I get what you mean. It's closer to where I am. And we also didn't go very far in it. Also take turns in playing one of the 360 Tony Hawks. No, that was original Xbox. I also discovered that Tony Hawk's 2 had an Xbox version. Sorry, Discord wants things. It's fine. Another good reason for Steam Deck, you can bring that with you over for multiplayer games. That is true. He's there because he's a mainstay for Sam Raimi films. That's a good point, actually. I didn't think of that. Was it? It's fun regardless. Yeah, it was pretty good. Smash the scenery against the clock. Waste your opponents to steal their points. Okay, sounds fun. Keith, I'm not even reading that out loud. Mental note, become an absolute nightmare in Lancer. Church. Now I'm wondering if any of this music is copyrighted. It does sound somewhat generic, but it might be just not generic enough that somebody would still claim it. Tire wall. Is this different from inflatable? I don't know. Oh yeah, I'm meant to be destroying scenery, aren't I? Also, are we back in London? I wasn't paying attention. All you racers in the house implies to me that this was written for the game. I mean, I wouldn't say it's bad. So I'm in third place so far. Need to smashy more things. And also actually hit the goddamn power-ups, which is proving tricky. Multi-tool? What the fuck does that do? I guess hurts opponents with spikes. That seems like it might be the thing. Yep, seems to. Still only a second though. Somebody has more points than me. Whee! Still in second. Okay, I've got a lot of scenery to destroy. Fucking... Try to aim this bastard thing. Boing. Can I recover from this? Yes, I can. That's what the circle button is for, apparently. Bonk. Shark cage. Can I date the trees? Nope. Invincible trees. I need more things to destroy. Oh, damn it, that looked like something I could smash, but we're not. I've been bamboozled. Ah! Damn it, could have had a twofer there. Still second place, really? Really? Oh no, is there a timer ending? There's a noise. It's a regular noise. No! I failed it. Oh yeah, original Xbox had like, it was either Tony Hawk 1 and 2 collection or 3 and 4 collection, you forget which. The one I got was just Tony Hawk 2. I think it was a USA only release. Even Nick wouldn't say what Keith said. Wow. Remember that we played, you remember the details of the game, it's very complimentary memory between us. It works. It's too self-pride, and they're so French they can't fly the flags the right way around. Oh, no, this is another one of them being... Oh, what is it, accidentally Italian? Given the fact there's a giant Eiffel Tower in the skybox, yes, we're in London. Yeah, question I had from Boxing Day is the reason you isn't a Scottish cricket team because the British team are specifically England, not the United Kingdom. Because we don't give a fuck about cricket, mostly. The company apparently did Knight Rider the game. I believe it. I 4,000% believe it. Okay, let's actually try smashing stuff, because I could destroy other competitors to steal their points, but I think the ones I destroyed hadn't scored anything. And that was my downfall. If I remember correctly, down here, there's some nice tables and chairs for me to take out. I can hit them. Yep, there we go. Jesus. Absolute carnage. Oh, come on, you're not going to let me take down a fruit stall? What kind of car racing game is this? Okay, I've bumped up to second place. And that's an invisible wall. God, I'm starting to learn the tune now. This is weird. This is not what I expect from this. I don't know if shovelware is the right word for this. It's cheap, but it's not full-on shovelware. We don't actually care about the product of the game at all. We just need to put something out there. It's not at that level. Inflatable. Why am I going for that? I'm not going to be able to pick that up. Boom. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be doing any damage in this state, so... Oh, combos. That's what's going on here. Right, you're in 5th, so you've probably scored fuck all. 6th, even less so. I didn't realise there was a combo system at play. This may change things. If I can remember what the break does for a second, which historically I'm not good at doing in a racing game. It is new or nothing for me. Whee! Lamppost had to return to its home planet. Oh shit, yes. There we go. Making progress now. And missing every lamppost as I say that. Rip Bernhard. You are very... I think Tire Wall is going to do as much for me as Inflatables did. I was about to say nobody's nearby, but apparently I am catching up to someone. Second placeman, no less. I'm not going to be able to rack them before the timer runs out, is what I would have said if the game hadn't ended before I said my sentence. Hey, did it! Lovely that the devs thought, ah yes, Paris, known for its pharmacies. I know that any of us are sports people, but your mum has the Ashes on TV on Boxing Day and you realised they were England, not UK. Mum says, they said there are some Scots on the England team, so some Scots care. I wonder if some cricket beef between the nations, possibly. We do like to be pissy with them. Main beef is like England versus Australia for cricket, so maybe we just looked at that and thought, we're not getting the press for this. We're not going to bother. And people bought tickets for later days and were pissed that the game was over and before they could see any. Oh, Aussies are salty this time. England won and quicker than usual. Okay, so that was Destruction Madness. And we move on to our 5th and final title. Police Madness. Quality Police Madness. And then my bad game playing shall be done for the year until my birthday. I think one of the ads that's playing must have been bonked by Ofcom because it's a Calvin Klein ad, but it's entirely silent, no music, no dialogue, nothing. Intriguing. I thought it was a bug, but it's only that ad that's happened 3 times now. Interesting. Don't check for a memory card. Just give it up. Yes, I'm certain beyond all measure. And I think we both know that the character intros are not coming back, so I'm not going to bother waiting to see. Maybe Calvin Klein thought it was artsy to be without sound. I'm just getting vibes of people who watched The Last Jedi and complained that the sound cut out in that one scene. I suppose it did get your attention, so yeah, perhaps they had the point. Choose High Speed Patrol if you want to have quick access To a race or assignment. Wait, where'd the polis? Oh. Only one possible name.
Welcome to your first day of duty.
Oh God, we are.
I've taught you well at the police college because you'll need it. Just look at the equipment we have to work with. The government makes cutbacks on all our equipment. Do they really think we can arrest criminals? Look at this beauty.
Really? Active offender, hidden offender. Only catch up active pursuit modes. Rest after. You can arrest active offenders after inflicting damage by shooting or bumping against them. Yep, that does say London Racer. Ah, fuck, I'll just dive in and figure it out. Handgun, Jesus Christ. 1-800 Pigmobile. Hey Nevik, welcome in. Why do we have to be a traffic warden? Because it's Christmas and I got a bad gift and yeah. And then they realised it was boring, so they added guns. Oh my God, what's going on with this load time? Then again, I don't know if the disc was in good condition necessarily, but... Well, the graphics have got an upgrade in all fairness. I guess now they actually have to be concerned with draw distance. Is it deliberate that I'm veering off to the right?
What did I do? I'm not a criminal.
You could be. Okay, I'm actually gonna patrol here. Because it's the red triangle we're looking for. Please ignore that I'm going over 100 miles an hour. In the center, between the lanes. On the grassy bit. Honestly, have they remade one of the tracks from the PS1 game? Because architecturally, it's looking similar. And yeah, I think I may need to replace this controller because you might have heard the acceleration wobble a little bit. And now that I'm pressing X harder, it is behaving itself. Sometimes. Depends how hard I can be bothered pressing it. Well, there's not a lot happening here. Is this what I'm meant to do? Robber? Oh, I know what to do now. What? Oh. Oh my God, that is... Where's that gun effect from? Is that from fucking Half-Life? And a Scottish accent on top of the... Oh, fucking hell. Yay. There we go. Well, because apparently London police work on a bounty system. I've done my duty. Fucking hell. Driving through red light, get the gun out. Fuck. Okay, I think I know how that mini game works now.
you doing this to me?
I didn't do anything wrong.
Don't worry about it.
Civilian.
No, but we won't shoot them. So I think I may have lost that one. A stolen car? Yay!
Well done.
I got my bounty, I guess. What the fuck is this game? Better graphics, still got motorway signs, so that's cool. I like that it's ticking these boxes for you. Sign for Oxford, must be the M40 or something. And we ended up in town. I don't know if that's possible from the M40. I do not know that geography. Nitro Police. 1900 in damages to their car. That was cool. Stupid, unrealistic, and yeah, cop-coded propaganda, but cool. Well then, you made your target quarter, so we don't have to defund you yet. But okay, I'll go and never hydrate. Arrest 2 car thieves in 5 minutes. Well, now I know how the game works because I blatantly skipped over the tutorial. This should be doable. It'll be fine. I'll take an age to load, mind you. So faff around until then. I was about to say that I had big energy of waiting for WWF Attitudes to load on the PS1, but I don't think it was actually that bad. God, that game took an age. Traffic, don't care, stolen cars. Traffic, don't care, stolen cars. Oh.
Look what you've done to my car!
Not much. So you see what I'm going to do to this one. Oops.
Why are you doing this to me?
Oops.
I've not committed any crimes.
But it's funny though.
You're never gonna catch me.
Sorry, where the fuck are you supposed to be from? There you are. Also, are you firing a fucking musket? Why do you have to reload after every shot?
I won't surrender.
Good news, we found the person who stole your car. Bad news. Have you recovered my car? Bits of it. Just blatantly firing a handgun in London when it blatantly tells me that I'm not in range. It's fine. My recklessness is at 0 for some reason. Did it get reset when I made that arrest? Because you're in the fucking way. And apparently London police are going by fucking Mad Max rules.
I didn't commit a crime. I'm not gonna give up. Ouch.
Yes, you are.
Hey. You're never gonna catch me.
Well, you're not going to give up, but you might, you know, die first. Hooray.
Nice.
Yay. I'm a good cop.
Congratulations. You've got a new...
Yeah, A-cab and I appear to be particularly B. I feel like there's something of a through line between this and that Robocop game you were playing a couple of weeks ago. Listen. You can't, all cops are Landan. They are not. It'd be nice if they just stuck to one place. Oh, actually, I get to see what other police cars look like, I guess. Very Judge Dredd. Okay. I know I can't throw CRTs at people in this, unfortunately. Sorry, Judge Dredd is what you meant, the sassy, defiant criminals. Right, I thought you were just saying, like, I seem to have a type in terms of what I play. You're reminded of the Sam and Max game where you shoot out brake lights while driving so you can write tickets. That is very Sam and Max coded. Okay, I have to go to location. Sorry, location 1. It's a matter of priority. I'm a police. I can drive. I did a course. Probably. There we go, I've not hit anyone yet. Maybe ignore the fact I said yet there. Okay. We've had one map so far. So
I'm not committed any crimes. Look out.
Why was I doing any of this? Why was the location only valid for one direction? Which was not the direction I was going in.
I'll file a complaint.
Go on, see what I guess you. I'm starting to feel I play the role of cop too well.
Watch you. I'm not an offender.
I'm sure there was a rear-ender joke in there somewhere, but it was a head-on collision, so. Oh shit, wrong direction. No, what? Make up your fucking mind game. There we go. Well, I wasted some time. Yeah. Shaky cam and motion blur, my fucking favorite. Okay, the other games that we've played today had their own charms. Like, I'm talking about the ones in the London Racer series. I played Road Rage because... No, yeah, Road Rage 3. Because it was there. That was what was in the case. This one... You know, I don't like that it's cop-coded and also... What the fuck is this? Good, assignment successful, because I was about to fail it. Oh dear. Can't arrest food joggers in this game, but did I arrest food joggers before? Is that a me thing or is that a different thing? It's an old Midway game called APB. It was a great game, just being the worst cop possible. I don't know. Yeah, but I've started playing Disco Elysium, and you have the opportunity to be a very bad cop in that. Why was my coffee all the way out there? Fucking excellent question. Love all these American Londoners. Oh, there's hundreds of them. It's a fucking epidemic. Yeah, you get your coat, Nick. I tried, Star. Said one of the people in Just Red looked like they were a poo jogger. Ah, right. I had forgot. Oh, I was already named ACAB, that's fine. How do I backspace? I can backspace, right? Well, a cabba is. UK Forest. Very non-specific for something that seems to pride itself on replicating geography. Interesting choice. Oh boy. Okay, you know what, I feel like leaving it there. I've had my fill. I have played all the bad games. I have done my duty. Oh wow. Music cuts out immediately. Well, not cuts out. Starts repeating immediately. Just for fun, I'll crash the game by making it try and load something when the disc isn't in. Incredible work. Thank you. Oh, there's a button I haven't tried yet, actually. Excellent. That still works. I mean, it is flickering along with the actual footage, but it's just making it far more prominent. I love that sensor button. How do you know where Robin Hood lives as a forest? Because there's sure wood there. Keith, I'm worried you've got a kid out there that you don't know about. You've had it with these monkey-loving snakes on this Monday to Friday plane. Yeah, it's a little sensor button. I've not had a reason to actually use it. I've not had like a boobs come up on the screen and I just have to like, oh shit. But it makes me happy. So in celebration of that... oh, that got a boo from Papaya. Jeez. In celebration of the Linux switch working, and I'll turn this off. I'll go to the end screen, and I will do something that has been missing. There it is. Happened enough on your channel that it was worth making one, but you should probably get a pixelation mode yourself. Mine's real simple. You just add two filters. One to scale the image down into a really stupidly low resolution, and then another to scale it back up to 1080p or whatever you're streaming at. Super simple. And then just a touch portal button to turn them both on and off. Nice to see some retro tat. Hope I have a lovely new year tomorrow, and the same to you. I don't suspect it'll be any different from the previous one, but we shall see. I hope if you're doing a New Year's thing, you have fun. I hope if you're not doing a New Year's thing, you have fun. I just hope for good things for you all, really. It seems like the thing to wish. I do wish it for you, you lovely people. It will be Eve, but at some point in that time period, the thing will happen. You know what I mean. Doing a group thing, hope it goes well. Fingers crossed. Hopefully, will be fun with friends. But maybe see some of you at the New Year's Eve stream, assuming you do one. Well, so that's as good an excuse as any to give you a wee shout out. You're playing the Drifter.
Get out of my way then, Jack. Whoa, 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 whoa!
She was a drifter.
Jackie, I was in the wall! Jackie, I'm in the wall! Jackie, what?
No, it wasn't Jackie. I think it was something else.
What happened? Jackie, where am I?
I don't think they clicked
Jackie,
into a
where
wall
am I?
either. You know what? I have a very
Jackie,
different
I'm outside
script
of the
for
map.
this game. Are you sure
It's
I have
dark
the
here.
up-to-date one? Well, was that pre... That would have been pre-big Cyberpunk 2077 patch. I don't know how far along they'd gotten by the time you streamed it. Jackie can't help you in the back rooms. Okay, so I'm just going to leave that right at the... right at the beginning of the game, or right at the beginning after launch. Well, either way, it's been fantastic to see that this has all been successful. Mostly because I've, like I said, spent about 5.5 days working on it. But it's good is possibly better than ever, with the exception of capturing things being a little more annoying. Capturing Windows specifically. After launch. Oh, geez, yeah. That would have been a fucking mess. But yeah, news app seems to work. I am happy to proceed like this. I don't need to switch away from Bazite right away, at least not for streaming reasons. I'm happy with that. I have done it success in my time away from the works. Also, I did a bunch of Christmas stuff and that was fun. That's part of it too. Anyway, thank you all for being here. Lovely to see you and lovely to have some fun with, well, something we can all sit and take the piss out of, quite frankly. I can sort of see the appeal in that regard. Also, I should maybe consistently look at the microphone when I'm talking rather than looking away from it and probably dipping the volume. Prostrem. So, yes. Thank you all again for being here. I guess I'll stick to the usual schedule. God, I'll be back at work next Tuesday. Sad.
Soup.
And a seep right at the end. Brilliant. Well timed, Nevik. Congratulations on your seep. So, yeah. Yeah, good pull. Very nice. So, was that pack pulled or did you buy that on eBay? Fantastic. So yes, thank you all for being here. It's been an absolute pleasure. No idea what we'll play next week, but I'll figure something out. God knows I have the time. So until then, be kind, be good, be well. If you're doing a New Year's thing, I hope it goes well. If not, I hope you're cozy and comfy inside, as previously mentioned.